Welcome back to Northeast Current. Now we're going to, before we talk about why we're here in this room, we're going to talk about a new initiative that PennDot has started with the license plates.
With the license plate, that's right. Unfortunately, over the last 5 years, there have been over 100,000 crashes that involved a teenager, so someone 16 and 19 years old. During that same time, unfortunately, there have been a little over 850 young people who were killed on our Pennsylvania roads. And so as we look at that, you know, one of the things that we want to make sure that we do is to allow other motorists to know when there is a teen driver. I don't know about you, but sometimes if I'm driving and I see somebody in front of me who's either going too slow or swerving a little bit, and if I think they're just kind of fooling around, maybe texting, I get a little bit irritated. But when I pull up and I realize that it's a young person who's just learning how to drive, maybe they're there with their mom or dad and they're just teaching them, I'm a lot more patient with that. The state understood that, and because of that, they came out with this brand new license plate, and this is our teen driver license plate. And a lot of times, what you'll see over on this side is maybe an animal or something that highlights passion that the person has. This is a voluntary license plate that people can put on the back of their car, and basically it designates the driver of this car as being a teenager. The benefit to this is, as it says here with the red triangle, teen driver, please be courteous. And it's just a way to, for those of us, and I am one who has I'm not a teen driver, but I have a teen driver in the house. For those of us who have teen drivers, it's a good idea to let other people know. Maybe give them a little bit more space than you would normally give another adult driver. Be a little bit more patient. Just be courteous knowing that you do have a teen driver who's driving. So that was a new initiative, and you can go to Just Drive PA, and we have some information on that. Or anybody who wants details on this can email me at jamay@pa.gov, and we can get you the information on this brand new license plate. Just came out last month.
Excellent. Okay, now we're going to explain why we're in this room. And the first thing is to talk about this weather has been really beautiful, but we know the winter's coming. So we're going to talk about winter readiness.
Well, they say in northeastern Pennsylvania there are two seasons, construction and winter. And that's the case here in PennDot, because most of the time we're either out working on the roads or out plowing the roads. And one of the things that we are beginning to realize and really trying to improve on is our communication with the public. It's vital for us to let people know what's happening. It's vital for us to be able to see what's happening. If you remember a number of years ago in the infamous Valentine's Day storm, most people who lived around here will remember that. And in some ways, PennDot got caught off guard. But the advantage to that was that we were able to come back and to evaluate how we did some things. And we realized that one of the things that we want to do is really improve our eyes and ears and the way that we see what's happening and the way that we communicate that to the public. Hence, this is why we're here. This is what we call our Traffic Management Center. And during regular events like it is out today, this is our Traffic Management Center where we're watching for possibly crashes that take place, construction that takes place. But during major snowstorms or flooding, this becomes our Incident Management Center. What we have here behind us are 22 cameras plus some portable cameras that we have. And we can utilize these to sort of look and see what's happening in different hot spots that we have around the region. We can look at these, and if we see that there's some backups, we might come in into our message boards and tell people to reroute. And so this is kind of the way that we are able to see what's happening at a lot of different areas around northeastern Pennsylvania. Let me emphasize that these are not recorded. A lot of times people ask that because they have some concerns of privacy issues. These are just run as they are, and there's no recording of these cameras that takes place that we have, and that's important to keep in mind.
Well, it looks over here on this side. Here we have pictures of 81 and Davis Street, 81 at the Arena exit, 81, 84, and 6.
Right, and these are some of the areas. There's nothing real major happening right here at the time, but many times these are some of the areas where we'll have a lot of backups. We can see what's happening. If there's a crash, maybe we can go out and see and to be able to know when they're getting that cleaned up. So this is really our eyes that we have. One of the other things that's just happening, and we are very, very excited about this, you may notice around the area that there are new message boards going up. I just passed one this morning on the Central Scranton Expressway. There are some going up there's 4 going up on Interstate 81. There's one going up on Interstate 84 over on near Tige Street. these are brand new permanent message boards that are going up, and we can use these to help direct the traffic, to let folks know. So if we look out here and we see there's a major backup on a certain area of road, say coming out of the Central Scranton Expressway, we can then go and let the public know that, hey, up on 81 there's some backups, use an alternate route, maybe use the turnpike. So we have 6 of those going in. The goal is to have those up and running by Thanksgiving time, maybe even a little bit before that, but definitely we want to have those up and running by Thanksgiving, so that during the Thanksgiving travel time, the Christmas, the New Year, that they'll be up and running by then. But these are permanent, so they'll be in the area indefinitely, and we'll be able to use these just to let the public know what's going on. We also have 2 more cameras going up that we're putting in. So there's 2 new cameras going in, and we're really trying to make sure that we're able to see what's happening, that we can communicate that to the public, that the public can give feedback to us, and just the whole idea of improving our communications is one of the things that we're really working on. And I think that we're making some great progress in this area. This is one of our cameras that we have here in the area, and this would be looking on Interstate 81 northbound right at exit 168, the Highland area. So this is very advantageous to us because we have the ability to zoom in, to look around, and if there would be a major incident down here, we could see what was happening there. And so we can zoom it. It has 360 capabilities as well, and we can loop it around here, and if there would be something on the southbound side, we could see what's happening back there as well. Right now you can see that the road is pretty clear. Right here is one of our new message boards that's going in, and we can zoom in on you're looking at the back side of this. So this will be one of the message boards that will be going in. So if when we loop around there and we see something happening on the other side, we can put a message up there right away, letting folks know that there's a major incident up there. You also see right behind the big message board there's a small pole down there. That's actually one of our cameras that we have looking up at that message board so that we can see and know what message we have up there. Because sometimes it'll come back and people will tell us that it was garbled or there's something wrong on the message. So we can actually look at it and see what it looks like up there. So this is one of our cameras that we utilize, and again, these 4 on this side are some of our hotspot cameras where we know there's a lot of incidents that take place. Again, these are not recorded at all, but it's just a way that we can go back and see what's happening in the area and help communicate to the public when there might be some sort of incident on one of our highways.
Can you tell us, James, why these cameras are so important?
Well, obviously we're coming into the snow season right now. We said before that there's 2 seasons in Pennsylvania, construction and winter. And especially as we move into the winter season, it's very important that we communicate to the public as quickly as possible what's happening. So this is how we can have our eyes on the area to see what's happening, maybe crashes that may take place with the snow. But we are moving into that snow season now, and we here at PennDot are getting ready for the snow. One of the things I always tell folks is to keep in mind that we are responsible, just in our 6 counties here in northeastern Pennsylvania, we're responsible for almost 8,500 snow miles. That would be like being responsible to pave a single road, a single lane road from here to Anchorage, Alaska and back. That's how much miles of roads that we are responsible for. And so because of that, we have numerous vehicles that are out. We're out trying to get our vehicles ready right now. We have about 250 snow plows that we have ready to go. We just had our Winter Readiness Summit a few weeks ago here in the district. What we do with that was we get together with all of the players who might be involved in winter readiness. This includes everyone from PennDot, obviously, but the Pennsylvania State Police, the Pennsylvania National Guard, elected officials came in, even some tow truck drivers, and we bring everybody into a room and we talk about how do we coordinate to make sure that we have the most effective way to keep the roads plowed. If there's an incident, a crash on the roads, to get that cleared out as quickly as possible. Who closes roads, who opens roads, how do we coordinate between the local municipalities? For some of the roads are locally owned, some are state roads, state run. So we bring everybody together, we coordinate all of these things. And when you think about just on the state side of stuff, being responsible to pave or be responsible to plow all the way from here to Anchorage, Alaska and back. It's a lot of miles of roads, and so that's why we try to bring everybody together to try to get everybody in the same sheet of music. But that's also why we use these, because it allows us to sort of really put eyes on the area and to see what's happening, so that we can look and say, well, it looks like there's a lot of incidents in this area, and so we can go out and we can see what's happening. Let me say too, Anybody at home has the ability to see these same cameras that we do. If you go to 511pa.com, you can log in and you can see there's a map there that you can go to for our region, and you can pull up these cameras and you can see yourself what's happening in the area. So if you're going out somewhere, you want to take a look at one of these cameras, you can do that, and you can see that at home as well. And then we also send out a weekly alert during the summer, mostly let folks know what construction we have planned. And then during the winter time, usually what we do is let folks know as major incidents happen. We'll let folks know what's happening on the roads, where a road might be closed, where there's some black ice and different things. So email me, jamay@pa.gov. We'll put you on our weekly, well, now it's going to be turning into incident-based alert system that we have that's sent out as well. And that goes out to, right now, thousands of people across the region.
Excellent. Thank you, James, for all that information you provided us today.
Well, and one of the things that we try to do is to communicate to the public what we're doing, and I know that you are out a lot of times as our safety press officer, going into schools, going into churches, to civic organizations, and you provide a very valuable service as well. Mike can come out and he or I or both of us together and talk to any community organizations about ways to stay safe. Things like our new teen driver's license plate that we just talked about. And maybe just touch base real quick before we wrap up on some of the events that you are involved in and some of the type of things that you do.
Well, right now we're getting ready for our holiday season, to tell people to take time during Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween season's coming up, the holiday season. We're also doing seatbelt checks will be coming up, this Ticket or Click It campaign. We'll have our holiday campaign where the DUI checkpoints will be out there during the holiday season. So there'll be a lot of safety, really specifically safety issues will be the next month. We'll be really pushing safety issues.
There's a lot of stuff that we can do from our end to keep the roads clear, to keep the bridges open, to keep the potholes fixed as much as we can, and we do what we can. But to stay safe on the road, that's really up to the individual driver. And to make sure that you don't text, if you're driving, that you don't text and drive, that you put the cell phone down, never drink and drive, make sure that you're buckled up, and be safe on the roads. It's our goal to communicate and to keep the roads open, to let you know where you can go, how you can get there quickly, how you can get there safely. But we do hope that you will stay safe on the roads. Make sure you buckle up, don't drink and drive, and make sure that you never text and drive, and be safe on the roads.